Cancer. This is Michelle, and I'm here to do your December 2019 tarot reading. I'm using the CBD Tarot de Marseille by Dr. Yov Bendo, and then I will also pull a saint card for you from the Voices of Saints. This is by Lo Scarabeo, a saint perhaps to pray to in the month of December, or to ask for intercession, to meditate upon. This is for Cancer, December 2019. What are the messages we need to know for Cancer? What are the messages we need to know for the sign of Cancer in December 2019? Messages for the sign of Cancer. Let's take a look, Cancer. Wow, all right, we are starting out with the King of Rods. That's very interesting. For me, only because the previous reading, I believe, started with the same card. That would be Gemini. Let's continue. We have the Knight of Pentacles, all right, crossing. We have the Death card coming in, all right. And the Five of Coins. Cancer, I have to say, I feel that you have a lot of passion at this time. You're raring to go, let's say. I'm picking up a little bit from last month's reading, but there's a fire inside of you and you're raring to go. I think that you have initiated some change, that you would like to see some change take place. It seems like though there could be possibly a little bit of a financial obstacle, I want to say. I think that you really want to bring something to an end as well. There's something that you'd like to see just be finished, right? Okay, like I just want to get to the end of this. The thing is, though, it looks like for some of you, those resonating, that you're sort of midstream. Let's put it that way. You're sort of midstream. There might be some obstacles you're trying to overcome. At the same time, though, this project or this goal or what you have your sights set on, this is too important for you to just let go of. A little obstacle here or there is not going to stop you. That's what I'm seeing. It's perhaps a little bit of an inconvenience. That might be putting it mildly, all right? But you know, it might be creating a little bit of an emotional kind of roller coaster sort of thing, or a little bit of frustration, I might say. But no, I don't see you quitting by any means. It's too important. And now we have the Seven of Cups coming in. All right, suggesting that you have quite a bit of knowledge. This isn't something that just started yesterday. It's something that you've been working on for a while. Now we have the Hermit coming in. All right. This is also suggesting to me that you're in the process of reaching, I want to say, a certain culmination, like a pinnacle, shall we say. But again, you're sort of midstream. A lot of knowledge. Let's continue, though. We have the Four of Coins coming in. All right, so again, getting some, I want to say, repetitive themes coming in through these images, through the numbers, through the cards, and the idea that you're sort of in the middle of it. You would like to see some sort of completion and some stability. That is understandable. But at the moment, it seems as though you just have to continue on. Let me put it that way. It looks like Cancer, there might be somebody coming in or you might actually be seeking out. Okay, so that's either way. You're seeking this person out, or someone is going to come into the picture, which can, or who, excuse me, can give you some counsel. Right? There may be somebody who has been through this before. I'm picking that idea up. Someone who has been through this before. They know the ropes. This person might come into the picture and might be able to shed some light on the situation for you. Let's continue on. The Knight of Cups. Well, happy holidays, okay? Beautiful to see coming in. Cancer, if you're new to my readings, then, well, let me just tell you, when I see the Knight of Cups coming into a reading, it means that there's good news coming into the picture. This is also telling me that everything is happening according to plan. If you do feel somewhat frustrated with the pace of things, being in the middle of things, wanting things to go a little bit faster, wanting to reach some sense of conclusion, and it hasn't happened yet, the Knight of Cups is saying not to worry. You're going to be getting some type of information. It might be from the Hermit, from this person that I feel is represented by the Hermit. The good news could be coming in from this person. It's something that will just lift your spirits, let me say. You'll just feel a lot better about things after you receive this message. And again, I'm going to repeat myself only because I feel like, well, it's coming to me and it's important. For some of you, this person is just going to show up, I feel. But if you aren't getting any kind of message and you feel like you need some information to help you through this, I'm getting the message to seek this out. To seek out, do a little bit of research and find out who has been there before, who has done it before, who knows the ropes, who can tell you or give you some advice about what the next step might be. And now we have the King of Swords coming in. And so suggesting that you're just hoping that, I want to say from an emotional standpoint, that you can just remain very level-headed about this whole thing and not become frustrated with it. And now we have the Empress coming in, which is really beautiful to see, telling me that you are going to gain control of this situation. I have to say, overall, Cancer, this is really extremely promising with these final cards coming in. I'm not going to say it. I am picking up a little bit of frustration, some obstacles, wanting things to come to a completion, the possibility that you're just not exactly sure what the next step is, the possibility that finances could be slightly blocking you at this time. That could be an issue, all right? But not to worry, because everything is going to come out just beautifully. The other thing is that the cards are saying that give yourself some credit. You know a lot about this. You have a lot of experience and enough to really see yourself through. This person that could come in or that you could seek out, I'm not going to credit them entirely with the success of this entire project or mission or getting to the conclusion that you want. It's really you. It's really you. This is just a little nudge. That's what I'm picking up, that it's just a little nudge. It's something that's going to help you just get over this little bit of a unsure or a little bit of a difficult time. And again, I'm going to say, I feel that if there is some sort of financial sort of angle to this, it's almost like, well, this isn't going to pertain to everybody, but let me just say this. You might have, for example, if you're an older person, some really beautiful retirement plans. Let me say that, okay? Something that you really want to go out and do. You're really excited about this thing. This is what you're going to do. But the difficulty is in figuring out how exactly you're going to get yourself into a financial position where you're stable enough that you can go out and do this thing. That would be for an older person, right? For a younger person, it could be, I'm just starting out with this thing. I'm just starting out. I'm really excited about it. But, I really just don't have the financial backing that I need at this time, or that I would like to have to really get myself, off the ground. Sort of like, how am I going to finish my education? That could be another example for some of you. Or if you have finished your education, then how do I take it to the next step? How do I keep myself afloat? All of a sudden, my finances are shifting. So those are just a couple of examples of the scenario that I'm picking up. And again, to just remember that, it's everything is going to turn out just beautifully in the end. The passion is there. The passion isn't going anywhere. You're not quitting. Here we have the Ace of Swords coming in. Now I'm just going to pull 3 additional cards as a final comment for you. The 5 of Swords. All right. Wow. Very interesting. Wow. And we have the blank card. How interesting. In the Tarot de Marseille, the CBD Tarot de Marseille, we have this blank card. Perhaps some readers take it out. I'm keeping it in. We almost could think of it as like a wild card, or a blank, or like the Joker, perhaps even. But let's take a look. We have the King of Swords here in the hopes and fears. I feel that for some of you, again, I think you were really trying to complete something so that you can start anew. Let me put it that way. But the changes that are happening right now that you're in the middle of are creating some obstacles. This blank card coming in, I have to say, I could not actually hope for a better card for you than this card, because what it is saying is in those moments, in those times when you are facing difficulties, when you're not exactly sure what to do, to perhaps take a little bit of time out and meditate on that final picture. Where is it that you are trying to go? Sometimes we don't need to know all of the steps, but sometimes if we have the final picture in mind and we can see it as clearly as possible, draw out exactly what it is, the place where you want to be in the future, and then to just let that go and turn it over to the higher power in whatever visual way that you can. You can, for example, let's say here's an image. You can take that picture and you can just wrap it up in as a beautiful little present, as a gift, let's say, for the holidays, and just lift that up to the Lord, to God, to the higher spirit, however you envision that spiritual power of the universe, and give it over, because sometimes things come into life, of course, and just help us to accomplish our goals. I think that you can receive a lot of spiritual support, a lot of insight, and I want to say inspiration. Let me say that. That type of prayer, that method of prayer, going through that sort of an exercise, let us say, and then going to sleep and just allowing the subconscious mind to work on it. Sometimes you will just wake up and the answer will be there for you. In other cases, something will just come into life that will put all the pieces together for you. I'm asking for a final saint card for you, Cancer. I don't know a lot about the saints in this deck. I'm going to learn about them. I want to learn about them. And so right now I'm just asking for a saint for Cancer in the month of December. We had 2 cards pop out. I'm asking for one final card for the sign of Cancer, and it is right here, Cancer. Let's take a look. Oh my goodness. All right, it is Saint Barbara. I'm just seeing a little bit of an oh my goodness, because the previous reading also ended with this card, as well as started with this card. You might want to look at the Gemini reading, or if you know somebody that is a Gemini, because that's pretty remarkable out of all those cards. This is Saint Barbara. I'm just going to read very briefly about her to you, but we might just notice some things in this image. The quill. She seems to be carrying like sort of a structure here. This is a little town. We can see there's a church here. There's a train here. Saint Barbara VM, a Virgin Martyr, number 15. I'm going to read a little bit about her for you. Saint Barbara from 4th century Turkey, martyred. Her executioner was struck by lightning. The card represents adversity, separation, and unexpected events. And so, this is kind of actually the theme that I have been talking about here, is that there's a little bit of adversity here, I believe, Cancer, that you're trying to get over so that you can make your way to this beautiful finish line. And I feel that in the month of December, you can perhaps meditate on St. Barbara, learn about her, or ask her to intercede on your behalf. And I believe that she will help you in the month of December. Cancer, that's your reading for December 2019. Thank you so much for being here. It's been such a pleasure and always a privilege to read for you, Cancer. I want to thank you again. If you enjoyed this reading, I'd like to encourage you to subscribe to the channel and like the video. It helps the channel so very much. And I'll see you next time.